Hello Gemini, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past, it could be current, could also be a situationship. I am getting the word long-term in my mind's eye right now. I'm seeing that. And commitment. Long-term commitment. So somebody here wanted one, but somebody's been betrayed. That's not exactly what happened. For others of you, this could be a very strong connection, and you know there's something special there, but no one's really speaking up. My method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. So, Gemini, you do have, at the very least, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards here that have a little bit of dark energy. These are feelings and emotions that are not very happy. There's a depressive state involved. First card's the strongest. We have here betrayal, followed by beliefs. Then we have crossroads, mothering, illusion, illness, wellness, compassion, play, fear. And then we have centering. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Gemini, it appears that you wanted to be really close to me, and we were close energetically for quite some time, but then things changed. It does appear now that certain things have happened in this connection that really should not have. There was trust and there was faith before, but now that has changed. Now there's a lack of faith. There's a lack of trust. You thought you could predict me. You thought you knew me. And it turns out that you never really knew me at all. I am someone who has betrayed you. Someone that seems now to be a stranger. It was as if I was a stranger the entire time. But the reason why, to you, it seems as if I betrayed you is because my beliefs are different. My rituals, my customs, my traditions, my thought, my mindset is very different from yours. I was born and brought up in a very different way than you. And the way I think of things, the way I do things, it's different. No, we're not on the same page. My opinions, my ideas are different from yours. They don't always align. And this is something that really got to you, and I understand that. But the truth is, there's certain things in this connection that I just can't agree to. And the reason why is because I wasn't raised and brought up like that. In my adult life, I've gone through certain experiences, and I believe what I believe because I have been there, done that. I have experienced those things. Convincing me otherwise would make me simply just lie about how I feel. So my beliefs are very strong. And I do know that there are other people involved in this connection, that sometimes in small increments they betray, then they go back, then they betray again, and then they go back. But what I'm seeing is that the truth between the both of us, somebody's trying to keep that truth away. Somebody's trying to keep you away from me. And these external factors, the external people, the society, the friends, the family, the traditions, the rituals, the customs, the religion, the financial background. One is very rich, the other is not so rich. These ideas that exist, they flow in a story. But that story does not have value sometimes to you or to myself. And when we are not on the same frequency, when we are not resonating together and believing each other's beliefs, then there's a feeling of betrayal. Right now I'm at a crossroads. I need to make a choice. I need to move on. I need to do certain things in this connection that I may not like. A choice has to be made. And the choice that I make is you. That decision that I make, it is going to be you. Because in you I have found someone who just has unconditional love. You have always been that caring, gentle soul. Compassion, empathy, love. That caring and protecting nature. That's what I feel when I think about you. And yet, the things that I feel, the things that I have said in the past, the way I've behaved in the past, I hide it all. I myself hide behind a false mask, behind a veil. I don't want to show you the truth. I don't want to tell you certain things that are on my mind, certain things that may truly be bothering me. Also, I try to keep away from the truth. Because the truth is, I betrayed you and I don't want to deal with it. Many things are weighing me down below the surface of this water. And I want to rise up and see your shining face, but I can't. These are burdens, restrictions, constraints, family drama, society, things that just have this effect on me, where I'm unable to achieve what it is that I want to achieve. And the reason why these things affect me is because of the beliefs that I have. And I do have compassion for you. You have been waiting for quite some time for me to make a choice. I feel empathy, sympathy. Sometimes even I feel sorry. Sorry for you. Not apologetic, but sorry for you. I understand that I put you through a lot, and I understand that what you have gone through, all the unfortunate things, it is because of me. Going forward, I want to change that. I also feel that in this connection, you are a best friend. You have been this pillar of hope, this companion, somebody that I could rely on. But things have changed now. Now I'm scared. Now I am afraid, paranoid. I have anxiety. I don't feel so well. Things have changed. I also feel that in this connection, I do feel quite centered. This feeling of me being centered. I feel as though you and I are the yin and the yang. If I'm the moon, you are the sun. We come and go, we dance in perfect harmony, knowing that there will be another day, a brand new day. There's a spiritual connection that I have with you, and I feel this. It is intense. For now, I know that to you, it appears that I have betrayed you, and maybe I have, in other people's opinions, but I also know that the reason why you feel betrayed is because of the way that I think, the way that I believe, my opinions, my ideas, our differences. That is quite unique. And sometimes when I don't think like you, it seems as if you're just dealing with a stranger, somebody you never knew. All right. Gemini. Quite interesting. You have here some really strong cards. And Crosswatcher, yes, this may be you, but Gemini, this also could be you. And I say that because of the intensity of these cards. They're very heavy. If I was to put a weight on it, these are some of the heaviest cards. Your person of interest is stuck in a particular circumstance where they cannot release themselves. They can't let go. They're forced to be in a certain way with the situation that they're going through. They have to be acting in a certain way. They can't just release from their responsibilities, the circumstances that they're in. They have to deal with it. They can't ignore it. What I am seeing here is that your person of interest has also gone through quite a bit of things, and they want to make a decision. They know that you are a very special person that has a lot of love to give. They think of you as a best friend. And yet you have here the compassion card, which also shows me that, yeah, they do have compassion, but for what reason? Did they do something wrong? Have they done something to you? Well, here, clearly they did. They betrayed you, and so now they're feeling sorry for you because they put you into this situation. That is why they don't feel so great. All right, let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. So with this deck, I look into what may have happened in the past. So I'm going to go into the past a little bit. That caused this situation, this relationship or the situationship to just go downhill. Oh my. We have a very intense card here, Temptation. Then we have Innocence. So both of them are major arcanas. Big changes happened in the past. So this is some time ago in your past. The first set of cards I just had, that is your current situation. We have here Temptation and Innocence. I'll be starting off with Innocence. So also, for those of you who are new, this is for those of you that may have not gotten the type of closure that you wanted. This person may have ghosted you. They may just be breadcrumbing you in a way. Maybe their texts have become quite less over time. And so you're wondering, where do I stand in this relationship? Are we together? Are we not? As soon as you think you move on, this person comes back and they start talking to you. There is that very similar cycle, and it happens to a lot of people. Usually it's because the other person is afraid of losing companionship. But then sometimes we're put on the back burner and then they have other people that they're talking to. You have to be very careful with this type of person, especially where you have here the Temptation card. So we have Innocence. And these particular cards I do read in the reverse. This talks about how they were ignoring their better instincts. And they were not feeling very protected by divine forces, whereas sometime in the past they did. There's a sense of cynicism and pessimism, and there was distrust of the self and of others. They were trusting their heart at some point, but then they stopped trusting it. So they didn't feel very confident about themselves, about their decisions, about certain things that they wanted to do to move forward. They weren't really trusting themselves. Now here we also have Temptation. Usually, so the Fool card is, the Innocence card is the Fool card. But usually this is somebody who is very youthful, very vibrant. The only issue is when you have that type of a situation, they don't know truly what is sometimes what is right, what's wrong, but also what decision to make in order to have a good outcome. They don't know these things, which means that they are either very inexperienced, or they could just be simply immature. Maybe they just haven't really gone through certain things yet. Now we have here Temptation. Let's have a look at that. Temptation traditionally is the Devil card. This talks about inner turmoil and obsession. Tempted by forces that one cannot control. Obsession that's in the form of envy and having great sensual desires. There's also a need to be very controlling and to be the one that calls the shots. We have here freedom from temptation is what was needed. They wanted to experience the envy of others, and they wanted to transform this weakness into a strength. So this person was obsessed and they were being pulled by sensual desires. So this is a very sexual, lustful card. It's a very passionate card. Some of you have been in relationships that are full of love, and the person has genuinely loved you in the past, and perhaps they do still. But a part of this situation, and even if this was a casual connection or a friends with benefits connection, there is a lot of lust here and a lot of passion, but more so I'm seeing lust where it becomes toxic. So there could be love and lust, but more so what I'm seeing is lust altogether. So there was a lot of physical attraction here. And because of this, their physical attraction is very wishy-washy. If one day you're no longer as attractive as you once were, will this person still be with you? Most likely not, because they're only looking at the physical. And that's one of the issues here, that this person is so youthful and so inexperienced that they only would focus on the physical. They didn't really delve deep down and have a look at what life is all about, what love is all about, what you are all about. Remember, you had the Illusion card. So this does talk about how this person, they think about other things. They're not thinking things clearly. They're not really looking at things the way that it should be. And also they are hiding. They're almost feeling embarrassed. They're feeling shy. They're not really showing themselves. They don't really want to open up. Sometimes that's because they don't have the emotions, but they have that lustful feeling. So here I have the Beginner's Tarot deck. Followed by there's the Page of Swords, there's the Hermit, and then there is the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is a beautiful card to have, because it does talk about communication coming through. So this is any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest has towards you. With the Six of Wands here, what I'm seeing is this individual was gone for some time from your life, and you were wondering at some point in time, are they ever going to return? This card indicates that, yes, somebody that was in your past that you had a passionate connection with was gone for some time. However, now that same individual has come back, and they are coming back. Along with this, we have the feeling of victory, that they're coming back to show off, to let you know that this is what I've achieved. Are they approaching you directly right now? No, they're actually spying on you. This could be online social media reconnaissance, where they are checking you out, what you're doing, who you're doing it with these days. Who you're doing it with these days. You guys know what I mean. But who are you keeping company with? Are you having fun? Are you making new friends? They just want to know what they're up against, because now they feel nervous, and there's a lack of confidence, and there's also a lack of self-esteem, which is why they sit in the back benches looking at you from a distance. This is also somebody, if you don't have social media, not everybody does, this person could simply be talking and asking friends, family, whoever they know, a mutual friend, what you're up to, how you're doing these days. And then we have one of my favorites, the Hermit. As upsetting and sad as the Hermit sounds, it's actually a great card to have because it brings brighter and happier days. This is an individual now who has actually realized that they were wrong. And now they're trying to take a step back, retreat. This is somebody who has forced themselves into isolation, into loneliness. They're not wanting to move forward. Not right now. They are in this mode of self-contemplation, isolation. Here they are also having a sense of introspection. Now, what's also interesting about this card, they are not only thinking about themselves and what they do, but they're also thinking about a strategy, how to come back into your life or how to be with you in a better way. They are trying to become a bit wise. They're wiser because remember you had the Innocence card. That's a Fool card. Somebody who's very immature. So they realize their limitations, that they were not mature. There's certain things that they have done that were not right. And at least with this Hermit card, it does mean that they are taking the time out, the time, energy, and effort to learn from their mistakes, to be a better version of themselves, which is perfect. And when they get that, when they are enlightened, you have here the Eight of Wands. With the Eight of Wands, it does talk about how in this connection, it does talk about, sorry, I'm repeating myself, how this person wants to connect with you or communicate with you multiple ways. It could be either text, it could be a phone call, it could be just showing up to your doorstep, it could be an email, it could be any form of communication. I am seeing this communication mostly for the majority of you, it can be a direct communication, but for some of you, it could be an indirect communication. The communication may come through somebody else as a message. The reason why I say that is because the Page of Swords is not somebody who's very bold. The Page of Swords is somebody who doesn't have a lot of confidence. So they're not going to have that confidence to come up to you and, tell you how they feel. They may just ask somebody else to do it or just say, can you meet such and such for coffee because they want to see how you're doing. Either way, with this card, the Eight of Wands, if you're resonating with the majority of this reading, then hopefully this will also resonate with you because this talks about how this individual really wants to just talk to you, communicate with you. And this is a passionate communication. This is the Wands. The Ten of Wands is also here. A part of them that you don't know about is the fact that they're very overwhelmed. This is huge. They're overwhelmed by burdens and responsibilities that weigh heavily on their shoulders. So sometimes when people, remember you had the illness wellness card. So sometimes when you have this type of a situation, it's very difficult to get out of it. You can't easily get out of that kind of a situation. You can't just say, no, I'm going to pack up my bags and I'm going to leave, leaving my sick parent or somebody at home. There's that feeling of guilt, obviously. Most people feel that. But there's something going on here where this person has so many things that they have to do in life. dealing with their own stuff, dealing with other people's things. And so when we get that type of a card, it really doesn't give that vibe of how this individual is actively going to be reaching out to you, talking to you, taking you out, things like that, because a part of them is still very much bogged down with other things in life, other things that are not really working out for them. It's quite challenging for them. We also have here the Four of Pentacles. Very interesting. The Four of Pentacles I have seen goes very well and is very similar to the Beliefs card that you had earlier. With this card, it does talk about how somebody can be so stubborn, but not really wanting to be stubborn. It's just who they are. And why are they like that? Because of their beliefs. They think of things in a certain way, and things should be done a certain way. But the rest of the world doesn't think like that. There's a part of this individual that holds on to you closely, close to their heart, close to their chest. They don't want to let you go. But they also don't give you the freedom to budge and do your own thing. This could be your way of thought. This could be something you wanted to do in the future. There's restrictions here, and there is ego-oriented, not competition, but there's ego-oriented, like stubbornness. What I am also seeing is transformation. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing the transformation card from the previous deck. That card does talk about how this individual knows what they have to do in order to make a positive change, but they deliberately don't do it. Okay, let's have a look at Archangel answer cards. All right, so these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Okay. So, a couple cards did fall down. One is upright. And that is look for a sign. So some of you probably have gone through this as you are on your twin flame journey or on your spiritual journey with this individual, where there are many things that you see in terms of numbers, colors, shapes, words. There's so many synchronicities. And those synchronicities are just telling you that there's certain things in your life that are becoming more in line and they're aligning. Because of that, it will have an outcome, but the outcome is not usually, I've seen, a physical outcome. It's usually a spiritual outcome. Spiritual outcome would be like having a spiritual awakening. I've had many stages in my life of spiritual awakening, but when I had my situation with my twin flame, that was a huge spiritual awakening. And that's really what prompted me to honestly explore more of this. And then I discovered more about myself. And I realized, oh, I can actually do this. So there are certain things in your life that will change. And some of you have gone through this. You experience that it's your way of thinking about yourself, but also life in general and other people. There's a different feeling that comes with this. So most of the people that I've ever read for, they all have a spiritual connection with their person of interest. And that's why there's that connection, because there's something going on. Usually from the past life, maybe you could have been betrothed, maybe engaged, maybe married. And in this lifetime, you were together again. However, keep in mind, not all spiritually connected and bound relationships are meant to be together forever on planet Earth. Sometimes you're just there to provide advice, to be that confidant, to be a friend to that person who feels that they can talk to you about anything. And there's that level of comfort with a past life connection. All right. We have here, look for a sign within the next few months. So this actually reads more like a sentence here. Look for a sign within the next few months and ask your angels. Because when you ask your angels certain questions that have been bothering you, that are on your mind, you will be receiving answers, but listen to your intuition because they will be coming to you intuitively, or they would be coming through signs and synchronicities. Sometimes for a small portion of you, I'm getting the number 7, maybe 7% of you, look for red flags, certain things that may have happened in the past, certain things that are still happening now. It'll give you a better understanding. And then we have here, let go. So do let go of certain things that are bothering you. I'm getting the word barriers. So there may be certain barriers. The barriers here, it could be because you're from different backgrounds, your religion, your race. It could be any type of background. Somebody's rich, somebody's not so rich. But whatever it is, the card let go is usually, I've seen from the angels, a strategy card. So you let go of this individual and you let go of the problem. You focus on yourself while this person themselves, they are in hermit mode. So you have time too. It's advised here that you let go of, if you are, the chasing, the texting, the calling. Once you do that, you will be able to attract this person because now they will start to miss your energy, because before they could feel that vibration, it would come and go, come and go. But then at some point, it will just go and they will be anticipating that when is it coming? So that's when they start to miss you. Here we also have the forgiveness card. So somebody really has hurt someone in this connection, and that is why you had the betrayal card at the beginning. Somebody here has betrayed someone's love, their faith, their trust. It's like everything is hurt. I'm getting pain. The words, hurt and pain. And rain. If you hear me whisper, if you hear a whisper, that is me whispering. Something to do with the rain. Somebody could be out in the rain or maybe crying in the rain. We have here, listen to your intuition. Eventually, you are going to be listening to your own thoughts, your own ideas. Now, where does this come from? By listening to your own intuition, it comes from when you had asked your angels, but also from all of those experiences that you have had, the ideas that you had that never came to fruition, but certain instincts, certain things that you know that can happen if you do such and such. So here, listening to your intuition is very important, because by forgiving somebody, you will release that negative energy and you'll start to feel better. Once you start to feel better, your mind will be a bit more clear. Now, forgiving is not easy. Not everybody is going to forgive. It's not always the most easiest thing to do. But with this forgiveness, there is a sense of having a sense of compassion for the other individual. So one has compassion, understanding that, you know what, they just didn't know any better. And that's why I need to forgive them, because had they known, they wouldn't have done such a thing, because this is a horrific thing that happened. With the Fool card, that is the innocence card you had. This person is very innocent. They're very, I wouldn't say the word naive. I'm getting the word gullible, and easily impressionable. So yes, if other people are talking to them, they may just, what is it? Swerve or sway. The word is sway. They may just sway on that person's side, where they are seeing everything from that person's perspective, but your perspective, they're not. And that's exactly why you had the beliefs card. There's a difference of opinions. There's a difference of mindsets here. Because of that, there was this argument or this really nasty feeling that the both of you are just not on the same page. You just can't talk to each other that way. You can't really understand each other's perspective. And here with this card, that's how you have that compassion in order to forgive somebody that, you know what, they just didn't know any better, because their entire life they've been like this. Either they were raised like this, or in their adult years, They have gone through some experiences which has made them what they are now. We have here, there's no need to worry. So some of you may be worried. They're just saying, yeah, we know you are. There's no use being worried because it's really not going to be, it's not going to be doing anything. It's not practical. Then we have here, remain positive. So it is important to be in a positive environment with positive people. It's very difficult to be positive when you are in a negative environment where people may be yelling, fighting, screaming, putting you down. It could be anything, any type of negative environment. So try to be in a more positive environment and a positive state of mind, because then you will attract positive energy. I also have packages on my website that will allow you to bring more positive energy into your life by getting rid of negative energies. So that is a Holy Light package. That's a self-help guide. I'd recommend that some of you get that. And it is basically to get rid of the negative energies around your aura and in your home and inside of your body, which are your chakra centers. So I teach you how to get rid of those, and then eventually those negative energies are gone and you are left with the positive energy. And the energy are entities. They're not beings, but they're entities. So the positive energy could be your spirit guides, your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, people that, I'm getting Aunt Matilda, or somebody who passed away that really does love you. They want to be with you. They want to talk to you, but you can't really communicate with them because your mind is so clouded. So eventually things will become clearer for you because that fog has lifted. That roadway that was full of big boulders, that you have cleared up now. So anything that you want to manifest can also come to you. So it's very important to have positive energy around you. And I'd highly recommend you get either the chakra checkup or you can get the Holy Light package. And that's all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below. Also, for those of you who are new, I have another channel called Asnointia Audio, and that is on YouTube. Have a look if some of you want. I have some videos on spiritual connections, that's past life and spiritual connections, twin flames, soulmates, karmic partners. I also have some for those of you that are kind of struggling in relationships. There's a few videos that I've made on advice, and this is me giving you the lowdown, all the information that goes on inside of a person's heart and mind that they really don't show you. But on average, I've seen that this is what happens, since it's very common with all of my clients. So many people have gone through similar things. It doesn't matter where on the planet you are, feelings, emotions, love, it just equals the same. And then I do have one on negative energies, what and who are negative energies. So I recommend that you also have a look at that channel for those of you that want to learn and gain some insight on those topics. Those videos are all absolutely free, so there's no charge. Just have a look at those videos and enjoy the channel. All right. You all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys again. Bye now.